Who could that be? Oh wait. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, first of all species. I'm Dayzee Hyena, and we're back with another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Now, last time, there was a huge fight between Jill and Hina, and, you know, she got stabbed. And then Sakura got super pissed, flew off the handle left. And now, there's someone knocking on our door. But hey, at least, we're good with our girl now. Okay, so maybe Smash is in the future. Anyway, someone has knocked on our door and woke us up, so let's see who it is. Rattle. Makoto, get out here. Oh, so we gonna smash right now. Kyoko, what's going on? Hina just came to see me, and she was as white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened. Oh, fuck me, not again! What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. Yeah. Not as bad as when Monokuma jumped our ass, though. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Alright. Makoto! Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's, like, not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... Oh shit, no! She's dead! Sakura? Oh, maybe she's just knocked out. Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head. Hey. What's going on? Did something happen to her? Huh? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. But I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So, what should we, do? What are we gonna do? First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating the school regulations. We're going to force our way in. I just said the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why? It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair? Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, that rule doesn't apply. Then, there's no problem if we break in? Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Kyoko didn't reply. Oh, I think I accidentally pressed a button. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom in the classroom. Use it. You can handle this, right, Makoto? Come on, please hurry. Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could. Aiming directly at the window, all it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window, and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can't just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. But the moment I laid my hand on her... Oh no. all I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... Aw, damn it, not this fucking announcement.
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
Not good.
Danganronpa.
Huh? Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. Ooh, this is not good. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura was really dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction? Aw, poor Hina. Shit. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And I... Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Ah, ogre! So she's dead, huh? Sakura has been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say? No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room. It's one of you, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? Bro, y'all were accusing me before y'all even began the investigation on Sayaka's murder, alright? So I want you to shut your fucking mouth. All of y'all need to shut the fuck up, man. I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it, I know it. You know it? This motherfucker. Jeez! I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad! What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right! It's the Monokuma file! And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I wanted to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. Huh? Huh? Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Cause even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So, whoever the Blacken is this time, I owe you one. Do you owe them one? Whoopsie! Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. 'Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right? Sounds like a messed up, Winnie the Pooh. What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for the one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here, Sakura. Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you. Me.
What?
You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider death in order. Oh, how you didn't! Makoto, defend your lady and whoop this dude's ass. He is a pussy, and I know it. You need to. I hate everyone here except Faye. In order? Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say. Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Don't be stupid, our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're like not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about the compromise? I won't ask you to let us all in, just let me. Well, you don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, I don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro? Do you really object? Okay, we ain't about to skirt past it like she didn't say what she just said, right? Ugh. If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care? Then it's decided. Nothing's decided. I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But, yeah, I know, girl, like, you lost the homie and stuff, and that's really fucking upsetting, but as much as it causes a bitter taste in my mouth, Byakuya is a really good investigator, and if we lose him, then we could lose a big, player in this thing. Or he could be the killer, I don't know, yet. But we're gonna find out. We have to find out who killed Sakura. For those of us who are still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you are absolutely not allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body? That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer, all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. I feel bad for Hina because, but still, she's kind of been getting on my nerves lately for, jumping to conclusions and all that shit, so, whatever, let's just get this investigation going, man. The victim was Sakura or Owagami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from a violent vomiting of blood. Monokuma file number 4. Okay.
Hey.
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why's that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is a door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from the inside of the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So, if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out until we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right? In other words, this is a classic locked door room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing in a lot of mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Yes. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. The basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door and see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked door room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh.
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch, and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through the gap in the door, something like that.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we could probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. Sounds like it could have been a possibility, maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when the room wasn't an actually locked room at all. Not a locked room? Hold on. I hate to itch your face, you have to move your whole head.
In other words...
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Then you think we could cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to the locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Now, I think Danganronpa style is number 4. I think that there's another way out of this room. that there's some hidden door. Because we already know that they do hidden doors in bathrooms, why not in rec rooms? Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
It's a good question. After answering that should be a primary focus during this trial. But right now, I really can't say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Dude, for ourselves, if nothing else. Fuck her, she already dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright. First and foremost, what's this pretty thing right here? Looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Alright. Alright, beautiful. I'm sorry about this. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what could have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Alright. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her... No, because, like, remember when we were investigating the new area, we found this huge thing of poison? What I'm thinking is someone poisoned her, and, you know, I don't really get it, because, like, if she was poisoned and dying, why hit her on the back of the head, unless she looked like she was getting over it, and then, of course, you gotta make sure she stay down. Not a chance. Yakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. These look like fucking rose petals. What the hell? There are shards of glass scattered on the... all around the chair where Sakura was sitting on. Oh wow. The glass is all red, and these the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle, yeah. So I'm assuming that that's what was used to knock her over the head. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. Is that like a Monokuma version of a chess piece? The horsey thing? What I don't know what it's called except horsey. It's a Monokuma figure. Okay, so what's over here? Blood. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Maybe, she vomited blood over here, but was surviving and thought she could, like, kick it here for a while, and then the dude was like, oh, I gotta finish it, so he smashes her over the head with the bottle. That's what I'm thinking. but I don't know how they got in and out of the place. Okay. That same shelf full of magazines. There are all different kinds of magazines here. Okay? Bottles. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside the bottle there's some kind of Monokuma. Yeah, like chess pieces. There's the pawn. I know those are pawns. Those are knights, right? And I think that's a king. I don't know what that's called, but a castle. So the horsey must be there, but where's like the king or the queen? The other rich person right there. There's 2 bottles missing. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. And what I'm wondering is, how'd they get all those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat face inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Hold up. What is this cord? Ah! This cord is fucking with me and I hate it. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I feel like I'm starting to make sense of things little by little. Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. Monokuma figure found on the ground. Shards of glass was probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Alright. Oh, shit! Those are handprints! The locker door is open, and on the inside, it's a handprint. Dude, that's a lot of handprints! Was someone locked in there?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. Oh, push the back of the locker. Maybe that leads to another room. And that could be, like, how the killer got away. I'd say someone was hiding in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, it was open already. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So, there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Somebody needs to push the thingy and see if there's, stuff in the back. Alright. Is there anything in the background before I start talking to people? Ooh! This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. So we think. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. But what's this on the ground? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. Okay, let's see. Protozyme X. Oh, the protein drink. And Chem A2. but it's on top of the glass. If it was there before we smashed the glass, then the glass should only be on top and not under it. So why is there glass underneath?
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Kim A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Kim lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Kim lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can. Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Exactly, so the can would have to have been there after the glass broke. But since that obviously didn't happen because, you know, let's see. Why does that matter?
So...
Makoto, you are an idiot. I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of that. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink has been added. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, the chair. Probably check the chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there is no reason to think that the chair had anything special done to it. Huh. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Alright. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
Forgive you.
Yakura, Toko, or Hiro. It has to be one of them. Okay, but which one then, Hina? Which one? They couldn't stand the sight of her. You, have to agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After we went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon. The Monokuma file said she'd die right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen, and she said not to worry. That she just wanted to talk to them. And then this is what happened. If I had stopped her, even by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her. She asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I had just heard with the three of them directly.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her. Of course not. I ripped the note into shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says you didn't go see her. Is that true? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part. Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we've had our issue. I think she likes you. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. I also have to go to the chemistry lab. That was... The 2 others probably went back to their rooms. Yeah. After I talk to them, I'll go to the chem lab and, you know... Because that's what the protein shake said. Oh fuck, which one was theirs again? I forgot! Okay, no, that's the last. Chihiro. So many people are dead. Junko. Toko, there we go. Now press the doorbell. Which lunatic are we getting? After a few seconds? This lunatic. Huh? Who's there? Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. The aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. I wonder what's in her room. What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk to you about the fact Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me that she had asked to meet with him. What? You wanted to meet with Master 2? Yeah, I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Well, I'm saying by the first reaction you had, that's what made it obvious. Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Huh, Toko claims she didn't go see her either, but could I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Alright. Now, which room was Hiro's again? No. No. Alright. Ah, there we are. I press the doorbell. Ding dong. After a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check with you something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that? Maybe... Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened with you?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me yourself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well. When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note, huh? She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. Yeah, remember in the other episode? Well, at the very least, I won't murder anyone. So whoever dies next, if it's not him, I'm just gonna automatically put him on the top for that dumb shit. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Last time I saw ogres when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. This boy never keeps track of his notes. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Ooh, tasty tidbit. Huh? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking so far. I'm thinking Toko and Byakuya never showed up. But I do think that Hiro got the note, went to the rec room, and met with Sakura. That's where Sakura told him that he invited the other two, and she might have given him some of the candy Hina gave to her as a peace offering, like Hina did, like to make them feel better about her. Maybe she had a plan for them or something. So right now, I'm thinking Hiro did go see her. I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can that we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? I want to go to the chem lab first. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Oh, fuck! I pressed the wrong button! Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Boy, you can blow me! Okay, first and foremost, what the fuck? This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. What's more important right now? What's that powder that has been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Okay. So, from the skull and crossbones, whatever this is not good. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. then this powder must have been
So,
spilled.
in other words,
That's right. It could have only been spilled around the time of the incident. If that's really when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Tell you what, there's a lot of broken bottles here. I feel like that's important. Okay, the powder itself. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. Speaking of footprints, these are footprints, and they're only in the front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me? How kind of you to offer. Blow me! With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. We are such a pussy. So I got to work, and before long I had drawn up a sketch of the room. Alright. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me. So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business with the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? Blow me! No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Hey, we got big feet! Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Alright, so somebody was sticking around. It said C, so this one says C. So what I'm thinking is, this poison was in here. Somebody was dicking around, dropped it, it splattered everywhere. It could have been either the person who spilled it, or someone else came through, saw the poison, whatever. They decided to just walk up, talk to number A, number A. They just got whatever, and then they left. Huh. Let's see. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. Well, not all of them. I see one has a giant-ass skull and crossbone on it. The protein drink we found from the rec room probably came from the shelf. Oh yeah, it said A something, right? So, cabinet A, duh. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Or just section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They are reagents. Simply put, they are used in experiments to bring about chemical reactions. How you have lived in such ignorance for so long. It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of such a lifelong loser, which I suppose suit you well. This... blow me. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with a letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving Unit Section B. Just Unit B or Section B. You don't need both! Huh, I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. On this shelf is... one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Yep. It looks like the poisons and other These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving Section C. That's gonna piss me off. Alright? I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, B has reagents, and C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten a protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was also a bottle labeled from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem lab shelf. Okay. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should go back, take a look around the rec room. One last time, Byakuya. Blow me! That's probably how, if I was like in this situation, that's probably how I would say hi to him in the hallway. I'd just be like, hey Byakuya, blow me! Times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? I'm sorry, never mind. I still think she's the ultimate detective.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Ooh, that powder! Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1, but it's not on the bottom of her shoe. So that means she would have had to have dropped it for it to be on her feet. Right? Because I was looking to see if it was on the bottom of her shoe, because when it said that my footprint was too small, that maybe it was a girl footprint, so that means it would have to be... I don't know.
Hey.
The next is the wound on her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer for a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Yeah, like I said, there was 2 Monokuma bottles missing. Both of them were used. But where did the other figure go? I have no idea. Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary. Okay. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay. Then she said the bottles. think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. See, I still think two were there. Something new, something new. Huh.
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and I'm sure you'll find it. A correlation? Huh. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. And it's not because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottle has been updated.
Hey.
Alright. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that bother me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment.
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya isn't here, so... My girl.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare weights of what? The bottles, dipshit. The pieces of glass you collected and the one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of two normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced.
In other words...
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? That they're about the same or less? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance that I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? I think it's 2 bottles. How is that possible? Put another one of the bottles on the other side and see if they even out or it's a little less.
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words...
The result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it together.
Hey.
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, and then she said the magazines, right? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Huh, clue. Huh? This is upside down. Okay. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Okay, hold up. Toko? This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message? Just like from One Our Girl, but something doesn't feel right.
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of the others who might come looking. Hey, is that... that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, that hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Times. Oh shit, that's it?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
This bitch!
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
Monokuma.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
That was like the shortest investigation ever, or is that just me? It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. If you like what you see, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can see all my content in the future. Also, while you're here, if you have a game suggestion or you want to leave your murder suspects in the description. Anyway, if you like what you see, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can see my content in the future. Also, if you have any game suggestions or you want to leave who you think the killer is, go down to the comment section below. I'm Dayzee Hyena. I'll catch you all in the next video.